Key number two, measuring your potential against their potential will cause setback. So just because you have the potential of trying to make it and you want to do this, you're taking classes, you're deciding to get a life coach maybe, um, you're reading you're reading business books on your own, you're talking to people, you're getting wisdom, right? And then you are supporting those belief systems with continued, sustained, persistent work ethic. Well, just because you have a work ethic doesn't necessarily mean that that other person has a work ethic. You will, women got this bad. I know this is about men, but women have this bad. We think if we just tarry and be long suffering and be there for them, they will finally get a clue about what it is that they need to do, and then we can move forward. But they never do. You can have some grown, big head, fat head man in your house who's not contributing, who won't keep a job, who won't do anything to keep house, who won't take care of the kids while you go to work and have two or three jobs, who want sex at random, I mean, at whim, and then when you don't give it, they go back to an ex. And they're toddlers, they're kids in their brains. Something is broken in their understanding. But women also, mothers also do not always prepare their sons, especially when they come from a single parent home. The son is almost like a pseudo parent, a pseudo husband. So then he's taking on the emotional traumas of the mother, and then the mother tends to be harder on the daughter, especially if the daughter is older. And so then the daughter becomes almost a pseudo husband, but uh, she's actually trained to mule, where the man where the son is trained to sit back and kind of relax. It's a reverse thing. The daughter is trained to be the man, and the son is trained to be a princess, the of a princess. And so from that point of view, you see why women are struggling with men because they don't have the background. It's not just because there isn't a man in the house. I think that's a major factor. But you can have a man in the house and the mother tries to overtalk the man, right? And then you can have a two-parent home and it's a loving home, and you can still have a child that leaves that home feeling some wound from childhood. That can happen too. That you have rich people. You have rich people who come. I mean, rich children who come from rich parents, and they struggle with drugs. They struggle with trying to find their way. They struggle with reconciling who they are and all of the responsibilities that are laid at their feet just because they're rich. So you still have certain dynamics. It doesn't necessarily always have to be a single parent household, but I just wanted to kind of throw that in there. But measuring your potential against their potential will cause setback. That person that you're trying to marry is not a business person. It looks like it, and the person talks a great game. They really do talk a great game, but they are not a business person. They don't care about the specifics of business. They want the outcome of business. They want to be able to ride in the car, uh, wear luxury items, live in a luxury apartment, um, um, look rich, look like a celebrity, look like a baller, but they're not going to do not one bit of work towards it. That's why I say don't always judge the situation by okay, what he's only making $25,000 a year. I don't look at it like that. What I what I look at is apart from me, can you take care of yourself as an adult with $25,000 a year? If you've managed to take care of yourself all these years prior to me coming into your life with 25 to $30,000 a year, and you can take care of yourself as an adult, then that's fine. Now, is there a difference between a person in terms of mindset uh, between a person who makes 25,000 and a person who makes 250,000 in terms of performance and expectations? Absolutely. And sometimes you may not be able to have a conversation with a person who doesn't have the same kind of belief system or something like that. But you got some very smart $25,000 people who read, know how to recite history, can hold a conversation, and then you sometimes you don't. But then you have some $250,000 people who cannot even hold a conversation, who are so preoccupied with what they are trying to achieve and get that they forget about life is about relationships, interpersonal relationships, and building and developing. And they have been so preoccupied with trying to get to six-figure income that they don't have any sense of uh, community, right? So there's a balance needed in both areas. With this, though, with this key, measuring your potential against their potential will cause setback, is that you wait too long to see if they're actually going to become what you are envisioning. So that means that's setting you back. That means that you're not really paying attention to the stuff that you actually need to do because you don't put it on hold, trying to get them to where they need to be, so that we can both be the same, equal. It's not going to happen. It's not in them. They don't have the capacity. If they weren't trying to build something prior to you, they're not going to do it now.